What's up, guys, and we're back for another fairy tale review. Now, before we start the review, I just want to say, if you hear any loud popping noises in the background, it's the 4th of July when I'm recording this, so I'm sorry, people are setting off fireworks all around my house, so I can't do anything about that. But anyway, let's just jump right into the review. So this chapter is called Elder Sister and Younger Sister, and that's pretty much the main point of this chapter, because we mostly just get to see the interactions between all the sisters. We see a little bit from Lizana and Mira Jane. They're talking about, hey, where's Elfman? Who's actually out walking with Yukino, Lecter, and Frosch right now through the forest heading to Fairy Tale. And that's when they meet up with Sarno, and that's when Yukino and Sarno finally meet up again. Everyone's been speculating, hey, they're sisters. Then we finally get confirmation on that this chapter. Then we see those two girls that work for Ireene, who we just assumed are sisters. Lizana wanted to help Mary Jane take them on, but she was like, you know what, I got this. I'm more than enough for these two. Which as soon as I heard that line, I was extremely happy. I was like, you know what, yes, Mary Jane, you are more than enough for these two. You are beyond them. You deserve a better fight. And man, she's going to get one. But let's go back to the fight for a second. You know, they're tag teaming her. They're doing a pretty good job. And she's like, you know what? I underestimated you two. I thought you were a lot weaker than you actually are. Let me show you my full power real quick so you know that you'll stand on the same level as me. She, apparently, after the Tartarus arc, Mary Jane didn't just, take that one chick's soul. She took everyone's soul. She took the soul of Tartarus's base. And after she makes that transformation, she one-shots both of them into the ground. Like, literally, their heads are dug into the ground. And that's when we find out that they're not actually people. They're actually swords that Ireene enchanted in order to give personalities and make them human. And I mentioned Mary Jane's about to get an epic fight, and she is. Ireene shows up right after she KOs the two girls. Now, on the one hand, I'm like, oh yeah, finally. I wanted Mary Jane to get an epic fight, and she's about to get the most epic fight out of everyone. But at the same time, she says in the chapter that using that form takes up pretty much all her magical power. So she's like exhausted to the point where she can't even move. And now, without any rest, she's going to have to fight against Ireene, probably the strongest person in Zeref's army. Yeah, there's no way that's going to end well for her. Although this chapter mainly did focus on sisters, we did get a quick look at everyone else. Everyone's just heading towards the guild. At first, they're a little hesitant to trust Zara's, directions, but after they hear Gajeel's voice and through her telepathic link, they're like, oh, well, fuck it, Gajeel's there, and we must be able to trust this person. Which we actually get a little heartwarming scene of seeing Lily and Levy just sitting there like, oh my god, that's Gajeel, and they're both just like crying, like they're beyond happy that he's alive, and they're going to go meet up with him now. And Hero actually does something pretty smart in a throwaway line where he says like, hey, you're probably wondering what happened to all the other guilds that are there helping out Fairy Tale. Well, they're scattered around the continent too, but they're probably with another Fairy Tale member. So as long as that Fairy Tale member heard the voice, they know to go to the guild. So it's basically Hero saying, hey, don't worry, everyone else is going to show up. It's going to be an epic battle. Don't worry, you're going to get to see all your favorite non-Fairy Tale members show up at that final fight. But yeah, that was pretty much the chapter. Not much happened. Even though we did get a fight between Mira Jane and some pretty strong people, it was still lackluster, and it still only lasted about like 2 or 3 pages, so it wasn't really that big of a deal. It was mostly just a setup chapter again, which, cool. I'm happy for that. They're setting up some pretty cool things. We finally got Yukino and Sarno back together. Everyone's been waiting for that. Now, I am a little worried we won't see the fight between Ireene and Mira Jane. I'm worried that Hero might do the thing he tends to do where he just has the fight take place off panel and just have Ireene show up with Mira Jane having like the shit beat out of her. But yeah, that's pretty much all that happened in this chapter. It was like I said, it was a setup chapter. It was a pretty good one. We got to see some action, so I can't complain. But anyway, that's all I have for you for this review. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop me a like, subscribe to the channel, and check out the other reviews on the channel. Comic reviews, manga reviews, all that shit. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great day.